Yeah, live from Studio K, man. Hey, check out the Peppermint Starlights, man. They're fire. Try them out. But how y'all doing today? How y'all doing today, man? Cole Martin here. Headspace. We're gonna get into it, man. Dive into the mental side of everything. Go into the real storytelling, the real, behind the scenes of, stuff that fans like you don't usually hear, or reporters, or just regular friends, regular people, So first we're gonna go into, just like the start of Headspace and like why it really came about. So high school, played at Hamilton and Basha, and I met this core group of friends. We called ourselves OFB. We were on a game all the time, and we really just like a gamer group that, just hung out in real life, and we all just ended up, doing our thing day in and day out, and, reaching this point in our lives to where we have a platform, we have a background to go off on, stuff to build off of. So, with that, we learned how to get something out of what we've already experienced. And with that, it led to Headspace for me. My nickname as a youngin was always head honcho. And it was always something that we, inside joke, or we kept between us. So, I thought it was only right for me to start the podcast that I dreamt of making, calling it Headspace. So let's do it, man. Let's dive into it. So we're going to dive into the Headspace, the behind the scenes. So for me, Hamilton High School was something that gave me so many experiences. I came in as a freshman, played on varsity. All my boys were on freshman or JV, and it was hard for me, actually. I played with them 8th grade year after moving out here from Cali. My pops is a coach. I said that before, but let's go back into it. Pops is a coach. He coached at USC, UCLA, Washington, U of A, and more. He stayed in the Pac-12 for most of his career, but I moved around my whole life just being a coach's son. So I've really seen every state, really seen a whole lot of stuff that showed me and got me ready for where I am today. And Hamilton High School was one of those first steps. So Hamilton High School freshman year, playing cornerback, got guys like Zach Lewis, Brady Shuck, Nico Marchio came later, but at that time we had Nick Arve, Brendan Rice, Jeremiah Trojan. The list goes on and on. I mean, we had a fire team back then, and a team that really competed for a lot of wins, a lot of trophies, and we were trying to get a championship. But freshman year came in and did my thing as a freshman. Had my first pick. It was actually a pick six, Mountain Point, and I hit a little track finish. Oh, we could insert that clip. That would be fire. Let's do it. So yeah, Hamilton High School, got that first pick, had a good amount of tackles, but I was really learning the game, really learning how coaches operate, and really learning just the insides and outs of football at a higher level, at a more consistent level. It was challenging at first. I won't even lie to you. Freshman year was very difficult for me. I didn't really understand how the boys that I thought that I grew up with, or played ball with out in Arizona, couldn't be on the same team that I was on. I always felt that I worked a lot harder than a lot of people my age, and I always felt that I deserved stuff like that. But I felt that they were just as good. So, going into it, it was difficult. It was difficult for me to leave them, not playing on the same day. They come to my games rather than it being the other way around. Things like that. And it was just really difficult. So, that learning curve of, being separated from your friends and being separated from, the people that you really care about for business, like things, it kind of, that's what the lesson taught me right then and there. So, I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. Going into my sophomore year, I had one of my best seasons. I got recognized across the nation, really, being one of the best players in the second in the defense of realm, actually, especially in the secondary. I want to say I was top 10 for sure in the cornerback category, and then I was number 1 in Arizona at the time. So that was something that hit me like a ton of bricks. It was a lot of attention that was shined right on me, and it was really difficult to handle, actually. It was stuff that I wasn't expecting. It was stuff that, made it difficult for me to operate the same way I'm used to. I've always been somebody to not talk about myself or to, stray away from the spotlight, but that experience forced me into the spotlight, and I had to learn how to accept it and learn how to, still remain a role model for my younger siblings and, be the son that my mom and dad can be proud of. So that experience over there at Hamilton, my sophomore year, was something that I'll never forget. And then it was, full of excitement, full of fun. We went all the way to the state championship that year, playing Chandler, Keon Graves, Karan Adams, Mikey Keene, Eli Sanders, a lot of guys on our offense that, we had to game plan for that week. And it was something that we took all account in. We put our head down, and we were really trying to become the best versions of ourselves to be able to beat them in that state championship. Chandler was on a win streak, and they haven't lost for a long, long time at that time. And it was always something that I wanted to do, was beat Chandler, because I came to Arizona and always saw Chandler winning. So, that's always been on my mind. Coach Arroyo, or no, not Coach Arroyo, Coach Aguano. He was over there at ASU, or at Chandler. Now he's over at ASU. Man, he was scheming it up. He was he's 101 for sure. And that I love Coach with everything in me now. But at the time, we were trying to get them. So we played them 2 times my freshman year, or 2 times my sophomore year, 1 time my freshman year. My freshman year, we lost in the playoffs to Saguaro. So Keely Ringo, they had a lot of guys, but for sure, Keely was that guy. They were going to him all the time. Denzel Burke. Oh my gosh, they had a team back then. They were for sure one of the best teams we played, and they were going at us, and they beat us my freshman year in the semis, I'm pretty sure. And it was something that I took to the heart, and I was like, I'm never gonna feel this again. Went to back to my sophomore year championship. Game gets down to the wire. Great game going back and forth. I had a punt return touchdown called back. Had a good couple PBUs, pass breakups for those who don't know. And I really wanted a pick, but I couldn't get one. The one chance I had was Keon Gray's late crunch time. He runs a curl like to the sticks. Means to the first down marker. Curl to the first down marker, and I break on it, and I'm really in great position to make a play. And right when I get there, I get my hand in between his, and I'm trying to rip the ball out. And we're fighting all the way to the ground. Insert this clip. This clip is fire. We're fighting to the ground, and the ball comes out like last second. We're really almost on the ground fighting for the ball, and it comes out last second, and I see it, and I want to catch it, but I'm really just trying to make sure he don't catch it, because he gets his first down. They might win this game a lot easier. So we get off the field and kick it to me again. I get a good return for our offense. And I'm thinking we won the game. I'm thinking the game's in the bag. I'm pretty sure it was like the 40 or less. They didn't have a lot of yards to get just go score a touchdown, but we didn't have a lot of time. So, that was what we were working against. We had Christian Anaya, Zach Lewis, and they were operating on all cylinders when we was playing in that championship. So them on offense, I had all faith in them. And Brady Shuck, he was working out too. He just had a lot of guys that could go and could do it. So get down to the last couple seconds, we send our field goal unit out. Coach Z sends our field goal unit out. And as soon as we send that unit out, a gust of wind. It's blowing left. It's blowing left. And we're like, oh, Lord. And I'm standing next to my like brother, Deshaun Buchanan. And he was at running back at the time. And we're standing there. We're jumping. We got the crowd behind us. Crowd's excited. We're telling them to be quiet. Let's focus on the kick. Man, he missed it to the left. I'm not going to say his name, but the wind took it. And it was just, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. Chandler rushed the field. And it was something I'll never forget. Chandler rushed the field, and they were, yelling at us while we were on the sideline. We thought it went in. From our angle, we're on the left side of the field, and the kick goes to the left. So we're thinking, oh, it went straight. But they ran the field. They rushed the field, so we knew it didn't go in. After that, some things went on during the offseason, and it forced me to transfer and to go to a different program. And when I was looking for that new program, I was really looking for something that was a startup, something that wasn't already there, because I've never been one to, go to the top dog, but I'm really big on going to the underdog and putting my ability on that team and see what can happen and, see what we can get from that. So end up transferring to Basha High School, and a couple of guys over there, Damon Williams, Miles Lockhart, Bryson Dedman. List goes on and on and on. Mason Arden, Tommy Parasis. I really want to name everybody. Wyatt Milkovic, James Duran, and the list. I could go forever. Deron Dodd. So we had a team over there, and we had a couple of guys that came from Hamilton. So I said Deron Dodd, but Deshaun Buchanan as well. We left Hamilton and ended up coming over to Basha, and we ended up getting a hardship, so we were able to play that year. And we were going to make things work. Jeremiah Vessel ended up coming like right before the start of the season from Louisiana. And it was going to be a team that was really scary to mess with. And our freshman year or our junior year, first year together, it really wasn't what we expected, but we knew we had the challenge to go all the way. We went undefeated that season, other than our last game against Liberty. So shout out Navi, shout out Michael Garner, whatever. Y'all got it. But yeah, they beat us first round of playoffs, knocked us out. And we gave it all we had. That was our first year playing together, and it was difficult for us to even get to that point. But we ended up getting there, and it was something that it gave us great memories and great experiences that will last us a lifetime. Senior year, I switched my number to number 5 because I felt it was like a vengeance year. I felt like it was a year to really show everybody why Basha could be that, why Basha could go to the next level. Our schedule got up to a more difficult type deal. We had Hamilton, we had Chandler, we had other teams that we were going to play that year that were, better than us. And it was a call out to our character. It was a lay down or stand up type deal. And, we decided to stand up. First couple of games, we were doing our thing, but we felt like we were starting slow. It wasn't what we expected, and it wasn't how we envisioned our start going, but we won games, so it was okay. Then we ended up playing Liberty later that year, and they beat us. We felt like we couldn't beat them, and that was disappointing, and it filled us for the rest of the season. We were hoping we could see them in the playoffs again, because that's the only team we wanted to play again, and we let off that anger to every other team we played. So we played Hamilton. And that was that's a vengeance game right then in itself, just because of, the magnitude of, everything that happened in the past. And then on top of that, it's lights, camera, action. It was one of the biggest games, Basha High School. And it was one of the biggest games in Arizona at Basha High School. And, it was something that we were all excited for. We were all ready for. And get into that game, and we both were playing a great game, both down to the wire. My guy Timmy Tyan, man, he stepped up big time. Game on the line, needed to knock down a field goal for us to win the game. He knocked it down, walked off with the win, and it was just a flip of emotions, because last time we were in that situation, we lost the game, and it was state championship. Now we're on the opposite side of it, and we're making the field goal. So that was a big win in itself. Then go in, we got Chandler. It's one of the biggest games of the year. ESPN game. You got Raiola. You got the running back Khalil Valentine. A good couple of other guys on that team that were, ready to step up and ready to make plays. And, ready to Amari Washington. He was on the defensive side. I didn't have to go against him, but, ready to step up and ready to make plays and, go on to beat one of the best teams in Arizona, because at that time we were the two best teams in Arizona other than Liberty. So we were ready to show them what we had, and they were ready to show us. So that game, that was one of the best games. I mean, it was on ESPN. It's on YouTube. I watched that game for motivation at times. Like, that game was really one of our best games, one of the games that we were out to get them the most, really. And you could tell from the energy from our sideline, on the field, our defense, it was a low-scoring game. And you don't get a lot of high school games that you don't get over 14 points in. So it was a real down-to-the-wire game, 7-7 the whole game, basically. And then, last second we ended up scoring Damon Williams to Bryson Dedman to go get 6. And, that put us in front. So, we balled out that game. DJ Jamin sealed it off with a pick in the game. And, stuff like that's huge. When you have a team like that that's willing to step up and, not stray away from the spotlight, you can make great things happen. You can make big things happen. So that's something I'll never forget. And then we ended up playing Chandler again, semifinals, and this time we were ready for him. We had it out for him. We knew what we had to do. We knew how we had to operate, and we were ready. Came out and we beat them. I forget what field we put on. I'm pretty sure like Dobson Field or something like that. And, we did our thing, knocked them out, and went on to the championship against Saguaro. So, I had a chance to play against two of the teams that I lost to previously, and in meaningful spots in life. And I can't envision it no other way. And thanks to God, I mean, that's who it came from. That's who the vision came from. And it was something that, he had planned for me for a long time. So being able to get in that situation, I can't say I'm nothing but blessed to, go through that and actually come out victorious. So championship game, I end up getting that interception that I wanted so bad my sophomore year in the championship. It was a crossing route, and I'm guarding DeJohn Hennon, previous ASU commit. Now he's a Wildcat commit. But I'm guarding him, and they throw it to somebody else. And I seen Devin Dampier eyeing him. I'm like, he's not throwing it to my guy. He's throwing it over here. Jumped it, got me an interception, and I felt like I played one of my best games that game right there. Ended up walking off the field with the ring and a championship trophy and memories that are gonna last us a lifetime at ASU Field, Mountain America Field to be specific. So yeah, we did our thing, and it was something that we was really excited for. We was really excited to get to do that, and then next chapter of everything, committed to Oregon in January that year, and I was ready to start. I was ready to go. I was ready to get into that grind over there. Go over there, and my pops is over there. Coach Dillingham had just got to Arizona State. He just left Oregon, and I was super excited going in there, and I had so many great people to look up to, so many great people to watch and practice my craft after. Kyrie Jackson was one of them. He was a real instrumental part of how I got to be who I am today on the field, of just doing the little things that he taught me from being a youngin' while he was on his last year of college. And he taught me so much. Big brother, rest in paradise, man. That's my guy, and my guy forever. But over there at Oregon, came in freshman year. I'm thinking, I'm gonna play. Let's do it. Like, I'm gonna give everything I got to go get on that field, man. It didn't matter to me how I got on the field. I just wanted to get on the field. So special teams, offense, defense, it didn't matter. So I came in, and I was working. And I got shocked by what the year was going to be after our first game against Portland State. I thought it was Portland State, so I thought I was for sure going to play. I thought I was going to, have an impact, whether that be third quarter, fourth quarter. or even second quarter, but I expected to be on the field through my practice, through my camp performances, through my spring performance. I thought they felt that I was ready to play. But long story short, they didn't feel that. I wasn't in my pop's cornerback room. I was actually in the safety room, so I was getting coached by Coach Hampton. Safety and nickel were my two positions, and I was really trying to do what I could do over there. They ended up keeping me at strong safety, or boundary safety, as they called it, and it was fun. I was learning behind Evan Williams, and he was teaching me a whole lot of good knowledge. He played at Fresno State before, and him being who he is and the way he plays, it inspired me to play the way I play. I've always had that edge to me of wanting to get my head or my nose dirty and get my head into tackles and, really just make plays all together. And, Evan was super great at that. He saw stuff before it happened, and he taught me that you could see stuff before it happens without actually seeing it happen. And it helped me play faster. It helped me learn how to, see things before it happened and just go react rather than guessing or waiting. So that was one of the biggest things that I've learned over there between Kyrie and Evan. And, it's things that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. But that made me to the player I am today. So played special teams all that year, did not redshirt, traveled every game. And, that's a blessing in itself. I was able to travel every game with we were number 5, I want to say, number 6 in the nation at one point. And we were one of the best teams in the world at the time. And I was able to go to every game with them. And, that's huge. There wasn't other freshmen that were able to do that. So, that goes back to my Hamilton experience my freshman year, not being able to, be around my friends that were my age as much, but I'm still going to get these other experiences that, are business-like and really necessary to my growth and necessary to, who I am today. So after that year, I ended up deciding that wasn't for me. That spot wasn't for me. And I hit the transfer portal. As soon as I hit the transfer portal, the first person to call me was Coach Dillingham. I had a connection with him, prior to him coming to ASU, and it was huge. I mean, I would come up there and visit, and, he was like, oh, my Arizona guy, man. He's from there. So he's from here, actually. So it was easy for me to be able to bond with him and click with him. And when I hit the portal, he saw something in me. And not a lot of coaches saw that as confidently as he did. He believed in me, and he, felt that ASU was the only place to go for me. He felt that it was the right spot for me. And to be honest, I want to be around my family. My mom, my siblings, they stay out in Arizona. So, being able to come out here, it was huge. That was something that I was highly anticipating and highly excited for. Being out here in Arizona for our bowl game helped me to be able to be around my family and be around the people I love for, just a couple of days. And it got me excited. It got me ready for, what was next to come. I mean, being around my family, helped me to just get that newfound energy, that new excitement of just, let's do it. Like, let's take over Arizona and let's do it with the family right here with us. So, came out at a portal and went to a visit to ASU. I didn't do all the glitz and the glam. I didn't go on the official visit. I didn't even take pictures. I really just came to the office. I said, Dilly, let's meet. Everybody was there trying to, how that goes. My recruits, shout out y'all. Keep working, man. You know how that goes, though. The coaches wine and dine you and, want to take you out to this or want to do this with you and that and the fourth. But I didn't seek any of that. I really want to get straight to work because at the end of the day, it's go time. I mean, it's always go time. And I learned that over there at Oregon. You don't take any days off, and it's never a slow process. If you're always attacking, you're always on offense, you'll never be wrong. So came out to Arizona State and, had that conversation with Coach Dillingham and was like, let's do it. Like, where can I go to get this started? He was like, right here, right here. So ended up coming up to ASU and, going into spring ball, man, or really let's start off with winter workouts. Coach Joe, he don't play around, man. He taught me a lot of things off the beginning, and it really shocked me, actually. I mean, like I said, I didn't go on any of the visits. I just put all my faith in Coach Dillingham and, trusted his process, trusted what he was going to, instill into us and, what was going to come from it. So I was excited. I was extremely excited for what was to come. I was extremely excited for, how great we could be and how amazing this team could be if every piece just fell in line. So came out workouts and Coach Joe was killing me, man. My form wasn't the best, but I always had natural strength. So he taught me how to, use that natural strength and apply it into technique, which is huge because that applies into football every single day. So being able to have a coach like that really, picked the small things and made them into big things, it was huge for me. So yeah, being around Coach Joe, he made me into a workhorse in the weight room just as well as on the field. So being able to, do that. And shout out Coach Shaw, and Coach Jaws over there at Oregon. They did the same thing as well. Coach Jaws taught me, great technique in running. And then Coach Shaw taught me how to erase that mental in your head and just go to work. How to shut down that mental and just, put that weight on your back and stand up, if you're doing some squats or something like that. So he taught me a lot, and I went and traded for the world. Going into spring ball, it was, the energy was there. The energy was there. I'll say it like that. We had a whole lot of new guys that came in, and it was something that really just took over. I mean, it was really just energy that was just contagious. Coach Dillingham did a great job, and he always harped on it of having guys that truly wanted to be here. He didn't want guys that were just here because they had to be. He wanted guys that truly wanted to be at Arizona State, and he built a team of that. So coming out into spring ball, we were going after it. Coach had to tell us relax on the stay up part. We were going so fast on defense. We were playing so fast, playing so aggressive, and it was something that coaches really haven't seen over there at ASU the year before. So, they challenged us. They upped the level. They said, you know what, you guys are doing pretty good now. Let's go harder. And coming out of spring ball, going into our summer workouts, they went after us. They try to break us down, and doing it safely, of course, but they try to break us down and try to get us to really get our full energy out of it, energy, effort, all of it out of what we had and what we had in the tank. He tried to empty us out, and it was a big ask. It was a big ask for our whole team. You saw some guys want to shut down, but their brothers picked them up. Or you saw some guys that were super, super ready for the grind, and they had to go and help somebody else bring them along. And that's the culture it takes. That's the player-led team that we're building over here. It's going to be something that's dangerous to play with. I mean, great teams are player-led. Coaches can do so much, but when the players on the field are leading that team, it's going to be something that, a lot of people want to be a part of. A lot of people want to, dive into. So, going into this fall camp, I can't wait, man. That's where we are right now. Going into fall camp, trying to show teams what we can do, trying to be the best versions of ourselves. And, like I always say, it's you versus you. We go out and we try to, build a team or build ourselves up to the point where we're competing with ourselves. We're the best competition we're going to face. And putting it like that and going at it like that, you're always constantly going to beat yourself, constantly try to just be the best version of yourself. So, camp's right around the corner. And camp season, camp rolls right in the season. It's really not a difference. I mean, once fall camp starts, it's season mode. So, first game in around 30 days. And we're ready for it, man. We're excited. We're ready to get after it. And really show the world what they haven't seen yet. I mean, you can't fault somebody for ranking you last in the conference for, no reason. You can't fault somebody for, saying that you don't deserve to win games. You don't deserve to go over 500. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve that because they haven't seen it before. We have a team full of new guys, a team that isn't the same team that was here last year. And we're ready, man. We're ready. So I'm excited. And like I said, man, this is Headspace. So we're going to dive into, the real behind the scenes of an athlete, the real deal mental, the real deal, everything that goes into it that gets you on the field, that gets you, where you want to be. So shout out to the youth, man. It's really for you guys, man. Like, I want you guys to be able to watch this and get motivation. I want you guys to be able to watch this and get tips. A lot of people ask me like, hey man, how do you, I want to work this. So how do I do that? Or I'm undersized as a DB. I really want to do this. Or, hey, I play running back and what do you see when you see this? Yada, yada, yada. And I intend to answer all your guys' questions. I intend to, bring, teammates on a podcast, bring NFL guys on a podcast, and really dive into the mental aspect of things, because there's a lot of mental that goes into it that a regular person wouldn't see, or extraordinary person wouldn't see. So I'm excited to bring you guys along with the podcast. We're gonna dive into all the goods, the bads, and all the neutrals, man. So like I said, Headspace, man, in Studio K, man. I'm going to tap in with you guys when I see you guys. You guys can follow me at Cole Martin with 2 E's and 2 N's on Instagram. And my TikTok is the same. I don't be on TikTok, guys, if you can't tell. Twitter is Cole Martin 21. And my YouTube, there we go, at 21 Love with the O with a slash in it, because we weren't 0 this year, boys. Let's do it. 2 fingers, 1 thumb. Let's go. What's up?
We all silly like the mayor.